A massive train fire on the Johannesburg bridge slowed down traffic in the area on Tuesday night. The fire is said to have started as people were getting off the train, and it is not immediately clear whether or not there were any injuries or deaths linked to the blaze. The African Investment Forum will be hosted in Johannesburg in November this year. The launch of the event took place in Sandton yesterday. The African Development Bank and the Gauteng government spoke about the relevance of attracting investors to the African continent to bridge the massive infrastructure gap that currently exists. And still with the African Investment Forum, we speak to the president of the African Development Bank about how and why Gauteng won the bid to host this year's forum.
I am delighted that it's the province of Gauteng that actually won this, Johannesburg in South Africa. This was a big competition for many countries, wanted to host it, but we were very delighted when the bids, our team looked at Johannesburg for many reasons. Johannesburg is really the financial capital, really, of Africa, if you take a look at it. Secondly, you have massive infrastructure that allows, it's very, very attractive. And second, a lot of the global pension funds and sovereign wealth funds all have their offices here. And of course, the media is very important when you're actually looking at investments. And you have the global media that's also very, very, very much but here. And finally, is that you have a very, very dynamic, very impressive, premier who put up a very, very strong bid. He has a fantastic team, 20 people. He put them diligently working, making the case for why South Africa should hold this. Our guys were tough on them, but they met all the criteria and way above it. And so we are delighted to be here. There's excellent infrastructure here, excellent people. You have a dynamic country. You have a new president that is actually creating a little buzz in terms of investment. Remember, he's a private sector person, so he knows what investment is. And so we just think, when I take a look at President Cyril Ramaphosa and what he wants to do in making sure that he attracts, he says, $100 billion to South Africa, we think he can achieve that, and we can do it together, working on this platform. So I am very excited to be in South Africa and to be here in the Gauteng province. And as the Premier said, Gauteng province right here in South Africa gives you a better view of the rest of Africa. So what better place to be?